Hello and welcome everyone to Wood Forest Bank Stadium for tonight's non-district contest between the Grand Oaks Grizzlies and the Chavez Lobos from Houston ISD. Grand Oaks perfect 4-0 on the season so far under head coach Mike Jackson after last week's 51-12 win over South Houston. Looking to complete what would be a perfect start to the season here in non-district tonight by winning their fifth game. They can put together another good performance here on what looks to be an absolutely gorgeous night as the sun's going down and shadows are extending across the field here. Have a good home crowd filing in. It is homecoming tonight for Grand Oaks. And again, the Grizzlies trying to end non-district on a high note before their off week next week. They can take some extra time to tune up and get ready to start district play in earnest on October the 8th against College Park. And district should be something to see this year. Have quite a few teams that are looking very solid so far. I've personally seen Grand Oaks, the Woodlands, and Conroe High School, and all three of those look pretty good. I've not had the chance to see College Park yet, but this figures to be a very competitive district race, and looking forward to getting those games started here in a couple weeks. But first things first, Grizzlies have another opportunity to get out here tonight and put down another marker for this 2021 season. And again, go into their bye week on a high note, get some more reps in here tonight, get some more quality snaps in for all of their players, and get some more film to work with as they try and put together the plan for what promises to be a very competitive district schedule. We'll run some district videos here, but we'll be back to Wood Forest Stadium for the opening kick in about 27 minutes, 50 seconds according to the stadium clock. Looking forward to bringing you the action tonight. My name is Jeremy McRail. Thank you for joining us for tonight's YouTube live stream, Conroe ISD Sports.
Should an emergency occur, instructions will be provided through public address system. Public safety personnel dispersed to the stadium may also provide instructions to fans. It is important for people to remain calm and follow through the instructions. If there is a total loss of power, please stay seated and school district staff will provide further directions. Under special circumstances for safety purposes, fans may be required to evacuate the stadium. Should this occur, please follow the directions provided through the public address system and leave in a calm, orderly fashion through the nearest gate. Should a weather event develop, information and warnings will be provided through the stadium public address system. After an event would cause you to leave the stadium, you would be readmitted to the stadium once it's safe. To report a public safety issue, please inform a CISD police officer or school official. Lastly, please remember, if you see something, say something.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to tonight's game. This game is being conducted according to the rules and regulations of the UIL. Regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, all of the players and students have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve excellence. We also ask that as a spectator, you consider the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, trainers, cheerleaders, dancers, and musicians have put forth. Cheer them on, applaud them, but do not, through any of your actions, cause them to doubt the value of their hard work. By your conduct, allow these young people to feel pride in their communities and schools. While your sportsmanlike actions may play only a small part in the outcome of this game, it will play a greater role in continuing to encourage competitive athletics. The game officials have been mutually agreed upon by school officials from both schools. Their role is not unlike any of those players, coaches, teachers, and school administrators. Without them, this game would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules are a result of annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics that further refine their understanding of the game. We ask you, as students, parents, and citizens, to demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of responsibility. Enjoy the game. Looking to make a difference in the lives of Conroe ISD students? Each day, CISD transports approximately 35,000 students from home to school and back again. CISD also transports thousands of more students to field trips, athletic events, and academic competitions. Become a bus driver today and make a positive impact in your community by being the first and last face a child sees each day. Apply today at conroeisd.net.
School song first will be announced. Fight song to get our guys up through the helmet. National anthem will be with wind ensemble, and anybody who has passed off the national anthem for a wind ensemble or a section understand.
Wood Forest Bank Stadium in Shenandoah, home to your Grand Oaks Grizzlies. Thanks for joining us for Week 5 of Texas High School Football and the Grizzlies' annual homecoming game. Tonight's contest will feature the Chavez Lobos against the Grand Oaks Grizzlies.
Will, don't forget about the cheerleaders.
Now it's time to introduce your 2021-2022 Grand Oaks High School Varsity Cheer Squad. Starting off with the one and only Grand Oaks Grizzlies mascot, Mila Langella. And your varsity cheerleaders are senior Danielle McWhirter, senior Olivia Barcala, senior All-American Bree Figueroa, senior All-American Reagan Dutton, Austin Brody, senior All-American Brooke Baker, senior All-American Abby Laura, Emily Webster, senior All-American Alex Stewart, Johnson. Senior All-American Callie Martin. Senior Ashlyn Dill. Senior Catherine Tugwell. Emily Watson. Peyton Robinson. Cheyenne Rhodes. Senior Lainey Liggett. Senior Taylor Chambers. Senior Lucia Duran. Senior Devaney Carpenter. Taylor Deeds. Brianna Leonard. Senior Gabby Alvarado. Senior Alex Bevel. And Trinity Suarez. Your varsity cheerleaders and mascot are under the leadership and direction of head cheer coach Megan Turner. This week's Golden Palms have been awarded to Callie Martin. Grand Oaks High School would like to welcome and thank all our guests in attendance this evening. The good sportsmanship gift from Grand Oaks High School will be presented to Chavez by Abby Laura, Gabby Alvarado, and Lucia Duran.
Keep it nice and hot. Hey guys, I got a dad joke for you. Why didn't you see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Fun fact of the day, a jiffy is 1/1,000,000th of a second.
It's now time for the Chavez High School marching band to play their school song.
ready for the fight song. Will, eyes on.
Welcome back to Woodforest Bank Stadium. I'm Jeremy McGrail, helping bring you tonight's live YouTube stream of this non-district game between the Grand Oaks Grizzlies and the Chavez Lobos. We're a little over 12 minutes from kick. As you can see on the screen, the Grizzlies are out going through warm-ups before they prepare to run out here. Looking forward to enjoying this game with you here at Conroe ISD Sports on YouTube. You can also follow us on the other social media channels of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well under the same handle at Conroe ISD Sports. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail, and we thank you for joining us for tonight's live stream. As the Grand Oaks Grizzlies look to take it to 5-0 on the season and conclude their 2021 non-district slate before next week's bye week, and then district play beginning on October the 8th against College Park. Kickoff here shortly. Thank you for joining us.
Hey guys, come up to cheer for Emma.
For over 40 years, Woodforest National Bank has proudly supported the youth and schools of this great community. Our bank has grown through the years, and Montgomery County is our home. With over 30 convenient branch locations right here in Montgomery County, we are your community bank. Next time you're in the area, stop by and say hi. But for now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Hi, it's Donnie Buckaloo from Buckaloo Chevrolet, home of the Better Buy. Buckaloo Chevrolet is here to help you with all your transportation needs. Your experience can be touchless. You can do your paperwork at home instead of coming to our dealership. Plus, we'd be happy to deliver your vehicle to you. And remember, at Buckaloo Chevrolet, our prices are real. We only advertise rebates you qualify for. Visit us in Conroe or shop BuckalooChevrolet.com. See you soon.
It's a better buy at Buckaloo.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day visits when you're sick, online scheduling with specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care. Bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise, wherever, whenever you need it.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Shopping for a new or used vehicle? Or just looking for a place for good, reliable service? Go with the name you know. Gullo Ford, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Toyota. The Gullo family has been serving the Conroe Woodlands area since 1970. So the next time you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or just need service, do yourself a favor and go see Gullo Toyota, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Ford. Or log on anytime at GulloAuto.com. Gullo, let's drive.
It's not enough to be the leader in robotic-assisted procedures if we're not by your side for every step of your recovery, guiding you back to what makes you, you. Because it's not enough to replace your knee if we're not getting you to the moments that can't be replaced. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
It is homecoming night here at Woodforest Bank Stadium for the Grand Oaks Grizzlies. Again, the team is remaining on the field here, getting ready to run out very shortly, and we'll start kickoff in a little over 6 minutes. I'll be with you tonight for this non-district contest between Grand Oaks and Chavez.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming out of the tunnel in the south end zone, yo, Grand Oaks Grizzlies!
And here are the Grand Oaks Grizzlies taking the field, ready to go here tonight in this non-district game against Chavez. This will be the last non-district game of the 2021 season for Grand Oaks as they look to take their record to 5-0. Chavez traveling up here from the southeast side of town, not far from last week's opponents for Grand Oaks South Houston. Chavez campus is located actually not too far of a distance up the road from South Houston. We'll have the national anthems here momentarily, and then we'll be ready to kick this game off.
Through the tunnel, the Chavez logo. marching band plays the national anthem.
And we have teams on the field. The officials have made their way out to midfield to bring the captains out, figure out who gets the ball first tonight in this non-district contest between the Grand Oaks Grizzlies and the Chavez Lobos from HISD down in Houston. Again, Chavez comes to us from the southeast side of town, not too far away from last week's opponents for Grand Oaks, located just up the road from South Houston. And Grand Oaks has an opportunity to extend their non-district record to a perfect 5-0 for the 2021 season. But they've got to handle business here tonight and come out with the same energy and punch that they had last week against South Houston again here tonight. Players shake hands, figure out who's getting the ball first here tonight. Coin toss. And Chavez, led by head coach Sergio Gonzalez. The Lobos are 1-2 on the season so far. And like Grand Oaks, this is their final non-district game before they start Houston ISD play in their next game. Grand Oaks working the all orange.
There's one toss.
It's like Chavez wins and defers.
Grand Oaks will receive.
Grand Oaks will take the football to start the game. And there we have it. The stage is set for our kickoff here tonight. Again, tonight is homecoming for Grand Oaks. We look forward to telling you about how all that goes at halftime. And again, if you haven't done so already, follow us on all of our social media channels at Conroe ISD Sports on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. That all helps increase the profile of our channel. Help us bring you an even better product. And the kick return team out here for Grand Oaks to help us get started tonight. And Sean Sver back to receive the kick for Grand Oaks along with Tristan Frazier. Number 9 up on the top side. And kicking off for Chavez is number 22, Isaac Partita, senior kicker. And for the Grizzlies, Sver, one of the senior captains on the team, back deep to receive, and Frazier is a sophomore. And the ball is up, pooch kick. Chance to return it though. A very nice return out to midfield. Grand Oaks going to start in business. Nice job taking advantage of a short pooch kick there, and coverage didn't quite make it downfield, so Grand Oaks It's going to immediately start in plus territory here tonight. In the fast-paced offense. Coming out onto the field here, going to look to start things quickly as normal. Quarterback Jacob Smith, a junior, out to lead the wing T offense. Toss left. Look for space around the edge. He has a lot of it. That is junior running back Brandon High. Huge chunk gain on first down to start this football game. Again, just a simple toss sweep left. Grizzly offense and blockers do a good job of sealing the edge there. High was not touched until the very end of the run. Just the way they want to get it done in the blocking department. Tight set here, motion across, play action. Gonna try and sit down underneath. Incomplete pass. It's actually well covered by the Lobos on that one. Thought Grand Oaks may be looking for a corner route there, but instead the route was broken off. Smith tried to hit it underneath, but just too tight of a window and too many hands in the way for Chavez. So we have 2nd and 10. Twin set up top, gonna sweep back down to the bottom side here. Here's Sean Spear. Try and find him around the left side. Gains a few yards, so bring up an interesting 3rd down. The Grand Oaks does advance to the 20. Deep in Chavez territory here. So we'll see what they dial up on this down, 3rd and 7. A little bit tricky. In this part of the field, they can do just about anything though. They can break the huddle quickly, single receiver up top. His contact along the line, this could be a free play. He's gonna throw the fade. And he catches it. That should count. It's Tristan Browse, junior receiver, on the catch. And it is on Chavez. That will be declined. First touchdown of the game. Nicely thrown ball by Jacob Smith, junior quarterback. Dropped it in there perfectly. Nice high ball on the throw. And to the corner where only his man was going to come down with it. Of course, it was a free play because of the contact along the line. And that kick is up and good by Max Singett. With 10:45 in the first quarter, it's 7-0 quickly in Grand Oaks' favor. Picking up right where they left off last week against South Houston with a hot start here tonight against Chavez.
We would like to thank our anchor partners for their support. Buckaroo Chevrolet, Woodforest National Bank, Memorial Hermann Deliverance Medical Center, Houston Methodist Deliverance Hospital, and Gullo Auto Group.
And Grand Oaks kickoff team comes out for the first time tonight. It's like Max Singett will remain in control of the kicking duties here. Back deep for Chavez. It's number 2, Bannister Shallow, junior. Single man back. There's 2 men in front of him closer to the 20-yard line. Shallow is the single man lined up. Line drive kick. May get his hands on it. Good kick he will. He's going to try and run out. Dangerous proposition there. Good, well covered by Grand Oaks, and they're going to tackle him inside the 10, so fantastic starting field position for the Grizzlies defense as well. That was a nice line drive kickoff. Put the Lobo return man in 2 minds as to whether to kind of let it roll into the end zone and just stay in for a touchback. And he elected to pick it up and try and bring it out. Chavez offense backed up to start this one. The quarterback for Chavez is number 12, Christopher Cabrero. He is a freshman quarterback. 2-back set, toss right. Grand Oaks all over that. Great defensive stop there. Like number 55, Brian Tang, and Jr. was one of several Grizzlies in on stopping that play. One thing that stood out to me about the Grand Oaks defense last week against South Houston was the speed they showed to get to the edge. That was on display again with that one. 2nd and 15 for Chavez as we move under 10 minutes in the first quarter. And Grand Oaks with their ears pinned back to start this game. Primary running backs for Chavez, number 5, Darian Flowers, one of the senior captains on the team. Delay of game, Chavez, and that'll back him up half the distance. Put the ball on about the 1 yard line now, so 1.5 yard line it looks like. Big time safety risk for Chavez to manage here. 2nd and 16 to go. Toss back, no room to run. That will be a safety. It's Grand Oaks getting through with ease on that play to jump on that one in the backfield. And with the safety, it'll be 9-0 now to Grand Oaks, 9:44 on the clock in the first quarter. Not the way Chavez wanted to get off the bus here on the road against an undefeated opponent like Grand Oaks. And for Grand Oaks tonight, another opportunity to put some things on film. Gauge the progress that they've made during this week on film. Get additional reps in for their players ahead of their bye week next week, when they'll really have a chance to go back to the lab and get prepared for what looks like just a fantastic district schedule that awaits us in the month of October. It's wild to think as quickly as it arrived, September has come and will shortly be gone, and October, in the meat of the district schedule, will be upon us when we return to action. And for Grand Oaks, that'll be October 8th against College Park, when they're next on the field after tonight. Chavez kick back. Spear's going to return. He's got a ton of room. And he's going to hit the sideline top side. He could take this one. And he will a long way inside the 25. Amazing field position. Even better than the first time. Smith back out to lead the Grizzly offense, junior quarterback. Made a beautiful pass on the first touchdown of the game for the Grizzlies, which was caught by junior Tristan Browse. Motion into the backfield, gonna toss it. Good job by Quanell Farrakhan Jr., freshman. One of the early district leaders in total yardage. Been very impressive. Make the sweep action. May have been a busted play, but Smith's going to try and make the most of it anyway. This little toss to High, who happened to be hanging out down here on the near sideline. Complete pass. Thought Smith may just tuck that and run it for a second, but he's unselfish. Dumps the ball to his junior running back, Brandon High. Move us down to about a 2nd and 1 from the looks of it. Toss right high, looking for room, doesn't have it, and he's going to lose yardage. Chavez getting some penetration on the edge there to stop that before it can get anywhere. Did not get the seal block. 8 minutes, 40 seconds. First quarter clock and counting. Be a 3rd and 7. Smith getting the play from the sideline. And these are good little challenge moments to look at on film. See how the team responds in these types of down and distances. Looks like timeout on the field.
Timeout, Grand Oaks.
Grand Oaks can make sure they have the right play here. Back to the action on the field here. Quick huddle break. From the Grizzlies rolling left. Rifles it. Has his man, touchdown. And again, that's Browse. Good catch, good job of tapping the foot there. Little toe drag swag there in the end zone from Tristan Browse. Second touchdown catch of the night for the junior receiver. Nice, accurate throw by Smith there. Makes no mistake. Seeing on for the kick. Sophomore kicker. Kicks it to the Hard Hats. In the end zone, up and good. So the score is now Grand Oaks 16, Chavez 0 with 8:06 in the first quarter. Again, this is homecoming tonight for Grand Oaks. Getting off to a very hot start. And we spoke a little bit earlier about the quality that should be awaiting Grand Oaks in district. All these reps that they've gotten in non-district. Looking to push their record to 5-0 here tonight. They'll have a lot of tough practices lined up next week to be sure they are ready to go against the defending district champions, College Park. Once again, lined up to keep the ball deep. And trips over his own man just as he was looking for space back there deep. That was Dontrell White-James for Chavez on that attempted return. I clipped his leg there. His own man, perhaps. Grizzly defense did a great job of penetrating on their first series of the night, which ended in a safety, which is why we have the somewhat odd score of 16-0. All positive for Grand Oaks here so far tonight. Handoff, a little bit of confusion there in the backfield. Grand Oaks is going to stack that one up. Looks like going to lose a yardage, another stop in the backfield for Grand Oaks, which I think is their 3rd or 4th stop in the backfield to start this game. Chavez yet to gain positive yardage with an offensive play here tonight. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrill, and I thank you all for joining us for this Conroe ISD sports broadcast on the YouTube live stream. Split backs look, another toss sweep from Chavez. Grand Oaks very familiar with that kind of action as their offense gives it to them every day in practice. Know just how to swarm around plays like that. 3rd and 12 now. Chavez is going to have to open things up a little bit more here tonight in order to give Grand Oaks something to think about. Grizzly defense just all over the backfield so far. Chavez unable to create breathing room. Play action. Flag does come down. Call it incomplete on the catch. See what the flag is. Hold on the offense. Signaled by the lead official. That'll be declined, of course, to bring up a 4th and 12.
Penalty has been declined. I'll make it 4th down.
Back to punt for Chavez, number 22, Isaac Partita, senior kicker. Chavez started the year with a 70-0 win over Northside, lost their second game 17-58 against Baytown Lee, then lost to Brazos Wood 45-0 last week. So the punt can be a shorter one, will not be returned. It's just going to bounce around there, and Chavez is going to down that one. Once again, Grand Oaks starting on the plus side of the field, be around the 44-yard line, 44.5. And Grand Oaks looking to continue pouncing early and often in this game. See if they can work some more players into the game in the second half. They can put enough distance on the scoreboard here in the first. Quickly up to the line once again. Drop back to pass. Pressure on the backfield. Smith, nifty footwork to escape there. Tuck and run. And a stutter step. Does he stay in bounds? Looks like they're going to say he does stay in bounds. He gets all the way down to the 2. All too easy for Grand Oaks so far here. Like he was close to stepping out of bounds around the 10 or so, but he managed a tightrope there. Really impressive footwork by Smith on that play. Evaded that pressure that Chavez was able to generate. Escape to the left, get huge yardage. Again, quickly to the line. Sweep. Walking in is Sean Spear, senior running back, touchdown Grizzlies. And our scores up to 22-0. Grand Oaks leads over Chavez, 5:38 to go in the first quarter. Sophomore Maxing it on to give his leg yet more workout here tonight. He has been busy. He may need a sub at some point tonight. He's going to be kicking this much. And good. Score now 23-0 to Grand Oaks on the scoreboard. What is a beautiful night here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Called sweep on that run to Spear, but it was actually a nice power play. They cleared everyone out of the way on that one. Completely untouched when Spear into the end zone. Maxing it, puts the ball down for kickoff here.
Maxing it will kick off for the Grizzlies.
just about ideal conditions here tonight. Now that the sun's down, stadium lights are on. Friday night, Shenandoah, Texas. Catch is moving backwards there. They're going to be able to return this one, though. Keeps his legs moving. Going to get close to the 20. Grand Oaks, much like the start last week, just having it all their way so far here tonight. Handoff around the right, but again, no room. Grand Oaks just all over the backfield. Making quick work of the matchups up front so far. Is the Grizzly defensive front doing a good job. Number 90, Jason Stone, junior up front, one of the ones doing damage so far here tonight. And the 58, Ryan Gilliland, another senior along the defensive line. Up the middle, not much room. Grand Oaks going to stack that one up. Bring up another 3rd and long. Senior Adrian Pacheco rounding out the experience that the Grizzlies do have up front on their defense. That should come in very handy in district play. Cabrero trying to escape right there, but just nothing going on. Tough sledding for the freshman here tonight. Just unable to keep Grand Oaks out of the backfield are the Lobos. 3:59 to go in the first quarter here tonight. They're going to punt it away again to the Grizzlies. Back deep for the Grizzlies. Farrakhan Jr., number 5. Number 4, Sean Spear. Last punt floated a little short, not returnable. Looks like this one will do the same. High pop-up. It'll be fair caught by Farrakhan. Good hands. And as they've done on every drive of the game so far here tonight, Grand Oaks going to start in plus territory. Number 7, junior Jacob Smith, quarterback, coming out, has the play. Relay it to the huddle. .352 remaining in the first quarter here tonight. In single receiver set, going to motion out, showing pass here. Again, pressure on the backfield. Smith unable to get set enough to complete that pass. Looked like he wanted a screen there. And allowing a little bit too much pressure onto the backfield there are the Grizzlies. 2nd and 10. The Grand Oaks coaches will be wanting to look for a little bit more sharpness in the execution. Hot snap, but they do get the handoff. It's a really quick hitting play to junior running back Brandon High. Going to be first down by plenty. Shot through the line like a cannon there. Looked like the quarterback Smith dribbled the snap there initially. So the handoff happened especially quickly because of that that little dribble. And single receiver set, pitch left. Spear looking for space around the edge. Going to keep himself alive there. Ball comes out. Chavez is going to pounce on that. Spear got hit in an awkward position there, and the ball just flew straight up. So turnover. Some positivity for Chavez Lobos finally in this football game. 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the Lobo offense on the field with a chance to reward their defense for the turnover. Again, unable to block Grand Oaks so far here tonight. Another hand up the middle. Nice little cut at the line of scrimmage. That's by far their best play of the football game so far. Number 5, Darian Flowers, senior captain on that carry. Chavez obviously needing a lot more of where that came from. Keep things from snowballing too quickly on the scoreboard. Chavez staying in the same set. Every time more tough running from Flowers there. He's going to have the first down of the night for the Lobos. Do some tough running, and Chavez content to stay in the same formation here so far tonight. Reminds me of what the old Houston Madison teams used to run for many years under legendary coach Ray Seals. They ran a veer option out of this set. Another dribble ball on the turf. Looks like Grand Oaks is going to have that. Once again on the attempt was Flowers. Couldn't haul that ball in. Grand Oaks going to get the ball right back. Turnover for turnover. And I spoke last week in the game against South Houston how big of a fan I am of the way Grand Oaks runs their offense. I look forward to seeing how these guys do in district play, where they're put under a little bit more stress and have to dig a little bit deeper into the playbook, but the offense they run is a very good one to watch. Back to pass, a little bit better protection that time, but can't complete the quick slant to Farrakhan Jr. there. And I'm not one of the people who believes that offenses just become totally obsolete and they can never be good again. It's like the best offense is the one that coaches can teach best and the ones the players can best execute, and the offense that can be developed to the fullest extent over the course of the season. Quickly to the line. Again, rolling back, looking for a deep ball. Farrakhan is there, but the ball's going to be slightly overthrown. Had what they wanted there. Farrakhan headed to the deep corner. We got a 3rd and 10 situation for the Grizzlies. And it's hard to say anything is brand new in the game of football anymore, or that anything truly becomes obsolete, because the so-called new age and innovative offenses, they all borrow from schemes and ideas, tactical ideas that have been around for decades. It's a dart up to the top sideline. That'll be a first down. Nice pass completion, move the chains. This particular scheme, this wing T set that Grand Oaks likes to operate from, has enjoyed just unparalleled levels of success, not only in the state of Texas over the years, but nationally. Quickly break the huddle again, looking to keep operating quickly tonight. Maybe a little bit of a broken play again. Nobody there where he wanted to fake, but he does get the pass complete. What a move, touchdown. What an impressive player. I keep having to look at the roster to make sure it actually says 9 and freshman by his name, and it does. This is obviously a really impressive football player that Grand Oaks has in its possession. He's going to put the district on notice here in a couple of weeks when those games start. 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's now Grand Oaks 29, Chavez 0. Hit the skids very quickly, did Farrakhan, near the end zone. Get inside of the defender there and score that touchdown. Great job. Showing that all-important start and stop ability in this game of football. So Grizzlies will have a little bit more of a challenge on this point after attempt. You scoot it back here. See where the ball is ultimately placed. And the offense is coming back out on the field for the Grizzlies. I missed what was going on down there on the field in terms of the call, but just kidding on the touchdown, apparently. Apologies for missing that flag coming in there late, it looked like, after that play. Officials still conferring, trying to figure out exactly where this ball is going to be placed. Walking it back all the way to the 25-yard line, so significant foul on the play. Obviously taking points off the board. It's 23-0 for Grand Oaks on the scoreboard now. 49 seconds to go. Again, 3rd down and 11. Back to pass, looking for the corner. Same man, Farrakhan, same result, touchdown. There he goes again. No problem on the redo for the down. Once again, 29-0 for real this time on the scoreboard to Grand Oaks. And Bobby Rodriguez, senior, this time on for the kick. I was mentioning a minute ago that Maxine at number 20, the sophomore kicker, may need a replacement if he's having to kick this much. And sure enough, on this latest touchdown, they need to run the hockey lines out to keep the kicker's legs fresh. $30-0 Grand Oaks on the scoreboard after that sequence. Still in the first quarter. Again, we thank you for joining us for this Conner ISD sports broadcast here tonight on the YouTube live stream. It is homecoming night for Grand Oaks, so you'll be able to watch those festivities here at halftime on your screen. And I'll let you know the results of the King and Queen when we come back for the 3rd quarter kickoff, so don't miss that. That was junior Anthony Alexander on that kickoff return for Chavez. Gets it out just ahead of the 20 here, 22-yard line. For Chavez will start their next possession. Fumbled their last time out on the field after creating their first down, first and only first down of the evening so far on their last drive before the fumble. Up the middle attempt. Flowers is going to bounce it around the left and make something out of nothing there. Doing all he can to try and get this Lobo offense going here tonight. Positive yardage play. Which when you run a downhill offense like this, exactly what you're looking for. Looks like they're going to talk about things on the sideline. Take a quick break with him. And we flipped into the field now that the first quarter is over. Again, Grand Oaks up 30-0 over Chavez so far tonight. Toss sweep. Grand Oaks stacking that up. Good effort on the play by number 2 Bannister Shallow, however, to keep moving. No gain on the play, bring up a 3rd and 5.
That'll be no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Lobos probably still trying to figure out what has happened to start this game. As Grand Oaks has been on them quickly and often on the scoreboard here so far tonight. Chavez trying to find rhythm with their offense, unable to get to that point so far here tonight. As the game goes on here, they're going to have to get even further out of their comfort zone. They want to run the football clearly with a freshman quarterback and with their scheme being what it is, but Grand Oaks just too much for the Lobos up front here so far, unable to impact the line of scrimmage. Grand Oaks having it all their way on the Chavez side of the point of attack so far tonight. It's number 22, Isaac Partita, back with the punt. A little bit more of a line drive on this one, going to take a very favorable bounce for the Lobos. Give Grand Oaks a little bit more of a challenge here, as they are in minus territory, I believe, to start a drive for the first time all night. Unless I'm mistaken, every other drive Grand Oaks has started has been on the plus side of the field. Again, back to the discussion about the offense that Grand Oaks run, having a long record of success, both in Texas and nationally over several decades. 2009, Bellevue, Washington. I'll tell you more about it after this play. To run up the middle there, minimal space. Yeah, Bellevue from Washington State came down to Texas a little over a decade ago to play Katy. They played Euless Trinity in Dallas a couple years later. I saw the game they played against Katy, and Bellevue, without a doubt, ran the best version of the wing T offense that I've ever seen at any level. It's just an incredible viewing experience to see them play Katy way back then in 2009. Back to pass, looking for a screen. He's got his man wide open there. And his tight end, Brendan Montemayor, is going to rumble down the field inside Chavez territory. Smith was really backpedaling quickly there, a long way. Wasn't sure that pass was going to get off. But he got it there in the end. Maybe not quite how you draw it up in terms of the way you want to execute those screens, but it was wide open when he did get the ball away there to Montemayor. There's a sweep around the top side. Lots of space. Ooh, quick feet. He's going to go the distance. What a run. Again, another nice display of feet. Quick feet there on that run. It's number 9, Tristan Frazier, sophomore. There's a flag on the far side of the field. We'll see what that's about. See if that takes points off in the area of
Number 72, push it back.
not good news for Grand Oaks here potentially. And yep, will not be a touchdown. We're going to move the ball back. More nice footwork displayed on that run, however, by Frazier.
As a result of the run, no touchdown. The ball will be spotted at the 39-yard line. First down.
What makes this offense really dangerous to defend is when you can fully develop the misdirection elements. There's the slot version. Going to sweep again up to the top left. Same man. Once again, lots of space to run. Not going to score this time, but he's going to have an easy first down as Frazier.
Frazier with the carry down to the 23-yard line. 16-yard gain on the play. Good for Grizzlies.
The Chains move 8:25 and counting in the second quarter. 30-0 lead for Grand Oaks so far tonight, and they're looking for more as they near the red zone. Handoff straight up the middle.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Grand Oaks slowing things down a little bit in terms of the quickness with which they're getting plays onto the field. See, with up 30 already. Looking forward to work the clock here as we head towards halftime here tonight. Homecoming. Back to pass. Throw it, looking for the flat. What a catch. That was an incredible play by Chavez. Unbelievable catch. That was number 9, Clinton Simmons Jr. on that amazing interception. Wow.
Chavez takes over their own 23-yard line. First down.
Again, as you just saw on the screen, please be sure and follow us at Conroe ISD Sports on all the major social media. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of our channels to help increase our prevalence on those channels. Second turnover of the night for Grand Oaks. Great tackle in the backfield there by Grand Oaks defense. Not fooled at all. Looked like 58 there, the tackle in the backfield. Ryan Gilliland, senior defensive lineman. Second 15. Yeah, and that's where Grand Oaks has been operating for most of tonight so far, in the Chavez backfield. Chavez's only real success so far tonight has come on the quicker hitting plays that number 5 Darian Flowers has been able to make the most of. Timeout on the field to Chavez. Head coach Sergio Gonzalez talked things over with his troops. Again, with Grand Oaks, very much looking forward to seeing them against the district competition, seeing the progress that they're able to make once they make that step up here in a couple of weeks. Compare it to what they did last year in their first official Class 6A season that they had. See if the Grizzlies can make their mark on the district this year and establish themselves as a force to be reckoned with in the not only the playoff race, but in the hunt for a district championship. And with the caliber that looks like is in place at the top of this district, will not be an easy task by any means. But Grand Oaks looks up for some football this year based on what I've seen these last 2 weeks. And Twins receiver set top side for Chavez, going to roll left. Looking to throw a corner. Excuse me for that brief cough there. And hit the mute button. The intended receiver was number 7, Shaquille Anderson, on that play. Quarterback looked to deliver that ball in nicely. Couldn't come down with the reception, though. And it'll be a 3rd and 15 for Chavez. 6 minutes, 17 seconds until halftime here tonight. Another opportunity for the Grizzly defense here. Heavy pressure coming. Gonna get the pass off. It is complete, but of course nowhere near enough for a first down. Caught at the original line of scrimmage there is the best that play will be able to do. Again, absolutely gorgeous night here in Shenandoah for this football game. Farrakhan Jr. and Spear back to receive this punt, or attempt to do so. 5:48 on the clock, second quarter. 30-0 lead for Grand Oaks. Not the only negative tonight for Grand Oaks has been 2 turnovers, a fumble and an interception, albeit the interception that was made on their last offensive possession was an incredible defensive play by Chavez. Another timeout on the field. Lots of emoting from the Chavez coach on the far sideline. Floss cam makes its way around the stadium. Every time I try and do that for my 11-year-old son, I do it wrong every time. I have no idea how to do it. Apparently it's easy. Bounced back on the punt snap. No pressure brought by Grand Oaks on the play, so he's going to do a good job getting that punt off, and it will take a favorable bounce for Chavez as well. So flag down right in the area where the ball was kicked. See what the call is. It's Isaac Partita getting that punt off, doing a good job there.
Penalty. Oaks ball. First down.
And Grand Oaks once again taking over possession here. 5:13 to go until half. A lot of moving of the football by the officials down on the field. Looks like Grand Oaks is going to start this around their own 38-yard line. Looks like maybe just shy of it by the point of the football there. Not sure what all that movement was about, but here we are. Slot action, up the middle run. Not much room though. Chavez defense doing a good job of stacking that up. Chavez has managed to get into the Grand Oaks backfield on occasions here tonight. It's been more about what's happened further down the field when Grand Oaks has gotten into space just beyond the point of attack. They've been in a ton of space at the second and third levels. Back to pass. Smith's going to take it around the left side and just take off. Got a ton of room. Take it all the way inside the 30. Nice nifty run again. Once again showing his quick footwork. And more pressure on the initial idea, which was to drop back and pass. Smith felt it, escaped at the right time, picked up another huge chunky yardage. And once again, whenever Grand Oaks has been able to break the line of scrimmage, they've just been in all kinds of green grass here so far tonight. Nobody home for the Lobos to make a tackle at the second and third levels in the defense. Single receiver. Looks like another break in the action on the field. And action resumes here. Looks like the single receiver set. Wing for Grand Oaks here. Again, play action. Getting pressure on Smith. He's got to try and evade here. Does. Attempts a late pass. Nearly picked off again. Going to be incomplete. It's number 18, Davian Jernigan on the coverage, junior for Chavez. Heads up play to get a pass defended there. 3:33 to go until half. Be a 2nd and 10 on the down and distance for Grand Oaks. Sure, that's an adjustment that will be made at halftime on the part of Grand Oaks to identify the free man who keeps getting into the backfield on these pass plays. Getting more screen action for Grand Oaks and more space down the field. This should go for a touchdown. Let's see if he can sneak in. Oh, close. Ball comes out though. Touchdown is signaled. I wasn't quite sure if they were going to mark that down or not. It looked like it may have been fumbled forward there at the very end of that play. That was number 16, Joseph Canola, sophomore running back on that carry. Here's the PAT. Be up and good, 37-0 on the scoreboard now for Grand Oaks here on homecoming night. Watching the replay, it looked like Canola did manage to just lean over the goal line there before the ball came out, turned just enough to break that plane down there, enough for the official to signal for a touchdown. Be his first score of the night. And 3:21 to go in the half. 37-0 Grand Oaks. Easy night so far for the Grizzlies. As we spoke about earlier, this is all obviously their continued tune-up for what looks to be a very competitive district schedule. And they open up with what look like the 3 toughest opponents in the district to start. College Park, the Woodlands, and Conroe are their first 3 opponents for Grand Oaks. It will get serious very quickly in 2 weeks' time. Chavez going to bring that one out a little bit. Probably their best starting position of the night from a kickoff, anyway. Chavez back out to see if they can do something with this possession. Chavez deferred the opening kick, so they will receive to start the second half. Look to hand off up the middle, but once again, no room. It's Grand Oaks jerseys all over the ball carrier before they can even get started. Be interested to see how this defensive speed for Grand Oaks translates in district, because I've been impressed by it the last couple of weeks, just how quickly they're able to get on plays. Especially to the outside, they look good in pursuit to the edge. Be a very important skill for them in district based on the kind of offenses that they'll be up against, particularly with the likes of Conroe and the Woodlands, who have talented players on the perimeter. And just in general, talented players in space. Another good example of getting into the backfield there. And team speed defensively. Number 31, Cade Curley, junior linebacker, looked like the first man to the ball there. He's backed up by his buddy, Brian Tang, junior linebacker. Minute 53 and counting in the half. It's a nice catch, but it looks like it'll be out of bounds on the far sideline. It's the first kind of deepish sort of pass that we've seen Chavez attempt here so far tonight. And they have a freshman quarterback that's on the field, Christopher Cabrero, gaining his experience under fire here tonight. Again, as they've done tonight, back on punt return duty, Farrakhan Jr. and Severe. Freshman Farrakhan and senior Severe. Senior captain, that is. To be fair caught by Farrakhan. Grand Oaks, minute and 32 left to tag on yet more points here before they take it in, and we have our homecoming halftime coming up. I hold in my hand the results for the King and Queen, which I will read at the start of the third quarter, so I don't break any news before it needs to happen here. Feel very high responsibility with the information I possess. Oh, nice running there. Break into the open field. I believe that's Canola again, sophomore. Scored the touchdown on the last drive. Getting some action here tonight. Good reps for him. be important that Grand Oaks develops as much depth and quality as they can, of course, going into district. So now this team will obviously have designs on being very much in the mix for the playoffs and maybe even the district title. Tight formation. Play action roll to the right. Like had his man, couldn't quite complete the pass. The intended receiver, senior tight end Christian Torres for the Grizzlies. 49 seconds to go in the second quarter. We have 2nd and 10 down in distance. Smith remaining in at quarterback here. We'll see how much action he gets here tonight. Or if the change is made after half, but still has work to do here. Up the middle. Not much room there. Like Canola again on that carry. Getting his workout here tonight on the last couple of series. Bring up about 3rd and 8, 32 seconds, 30 seconds and counting. There's one timeout remaining for Grand Oaks. They could stop it if they want. They're in no hurry though. Smith getting play from the sidelines, having a leisurely jog out to his huddle. Look like they may be content to run it in, but they should be able to get one more snap off here. And they do. Be a handoff, power play. That'll be it for the half. At the end of the first half, Grand Oaks Grizzlies 37, Houston Chavez Lobos 0. Again, homecoming night here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Please come back and join us again for the second half. I'm Jeremy McGrail.
Tonight, the Sapphire Stars are entertaining with a fun routine to the dance, pop dance song, Come On and Play. Dance for the ladies.
This evening, we have the absolute pleasure of announcing the 2021 Grand Oaks High School Homecoming Court. And now, presenting the court, representing the freshman class, Mr. Brady Hartman. He is escorted by Jenny and Matthew Hartman. Ms. Reagan McIntyre. He is escorted by Stacy and Daniel McIntyre. Representing the sophomore class, Mr. Ishmael Kabul. He is escorted by Amy and the same Kabul. Ms. Rosalie Williams. She is escorted by Martha Williams and Robert Foster. Representing the junior class, Mr. Fernando Perez. He is escorted by Ada Barrios and Roberto Silva. Ms. Luciana Whiteside. She is escorted by Allison Whiteside and Barry Hammond. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 freshman, sophomore, and junior representatives. Let's give them a round of applause. And now, representing the senior class, Mr. Gabe Anzaldua. He is escorted by Letty and Joe Anzaldua. Ms. Reagan Dutton. She is escorted by Missy and Ronnie Dutton. Mr. Will Blackburn. He is escorted by Amy and Jason Blackburn. Ms. Anaya Ford. She is escorted by William Smith. Mr. Jacoby Chavez. He is escorted by Carlisha Caldwell. Ms. Alexa Thornby. She is escorted by Carla Thornby. Mr. Daniel Collins. He is escorted by Julia Collins. Ms. Olivia Barcala. She is escorted by Kelly and Raymond Barcala. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 senior representatives. Let's give them all a round of applause. And now, without further ado, the 2021 Homecoming King is Will Blackburn. The 2021 homecoming queen is Alexa Thornby. Let's give all of our Grizzlies a final round of applause. Please also show your appreciation for the Grand Oaks Floral Design class. They have generously taken the time to contribute flower bouquets, corsages, and boutonnieres for this evening. Student Council would like to thank Chris Povich, Josh Algaze, Michael Flake, Anna Gassett, and Michael Sherman for helping make this event successful on the field. Additional thanks go to Student Council representatives Sally Janabi, Ayana Ruiz, and Mahit Siddiqui. Our Grand Oaks Marching Band would like to remind you that it will be performing its amazing halftime show after today's game, so stick around after the game to enjoy it. Thank you, band, color guard, drill team, and cheer for all you bring to our games every week. Lastly, thank you, audience, for your attention and your continued support of our Grizzlies. sponsors for the 2021 season. With Pebble, the Portofino Shopping Center in Shenandoah. The Wineries in the Portofino Shopping Center in Shenandoah. Chick-fil-A in College Park. Chili's, Lake Wilkins. Chewy's. Culver's in Conroe. H-E-B Conroe Market and Harper's Trace. Mackenzie's Barbecue in Conroe. Raising Cane's of Conroe, the Woodlands and Rayford. Russo's New York Pizzeria in Conroe. Spring Creek Barbecue in the Portofino Shopping Center in Chicago. Texas Roadhouse in Conroe. Vernon's Country Catfish in Conroe. And Wings and More in Conroe. And special thanks to Chewy's for sponsoring the press box tonight.
Welcome back to Wood Forest Bank Stadium. I'm Jeremy McGrail. We're just minutes away from the start of the second half here. Grand Oaks leading 37-0 after a first half in which they had everything their way just about. 2 turnovers were the only kind of minus on the Grizzlies side of the ledger in the first half. Give them something to look at on film and something to talk about and correct as they go into their bye week next week before the start of district play on October 8th against College Park. Grizzlies run out to begin the second half here. We will be underway very shortly. And for anyone who missed it, we crowned a homecoming king and queen at halftime. Homecoming king is Will Blackburn, and the queen is Alexa Formby. So congratulations to both of them. right about 2 minutes to go until we kick off the second half here. Chavez is now running out on the far sideline to start. The officials are back on the field. Again, another opportunity for Grand Oaks to rotate some players in here in the second half. Get some experience and get some things on film for all of their players here tonight. Use everybody on the sideline. Have those valuable reps. And give themselves more to talk about and address over the bye week as they get ready to start the district schedule. And again, can't wait to see what district brings us this year, because the competition looks like it's going to be just really high level, with the Woodlands improved, College Park back trying to defend their district title, and Conroe High looking like they've got a solid football team this year as well. And we're just about ready to go for the second half kick here. Got Grand Oaks kicking off after Chavez won the opening coin toss and deferred that option to the second half. Grand Oaks, of course, receiving the opening kick, so they get to send it back to the Lobos this time. And I think the third kicker of the ball game for Grand Oaks is in now. That's number 92, Ross Elliott, senior. He's going to come on. They've needed a lot of legs tonight with as much as they've had to kick the ball off. It's a nice deep kickoff. A little bit of confusion on the Chavez return men's behalf. Excellent play down the field there by the gunner. My first man to the ball, senior captain Sean Zveer there, making first contact. Get his name on the goal sheet for special teams with that one. Great play, knifing in there. And Chavez, as they've been most of the night, pinned back deep. Field position has not been their friend at all. Again, the Lobos running this split backs offense. They pretty much stayed in the same set all game long so far. Their brightest player has looked like number 5, Darian Flowers. He's the one that looks most likely to make something happen if they can generate it. But again, more of what we saw in the first half, which is the Grizzly defensive line just stacking things up right away. Getting off of blocks and just dominating the point of attack. It's about 3 or 4 Grizzly defenders making that tackle. I'd read the numbers, but there are so many. Bring up a 2nd and 11 here for Chavez. Again, Chavez led by head coach Sergio Gonzalez. Visiting Wood Forest Bank Stadium tonight from the southeast side of town. One play action there, but wow. The referee's going to mark it at the 1. Looked like it was going to be awfully close to another safety. It would have been Grand Oaks' 2nd. They may still have an opportunity here on 3rd down to get just that. But wanted play action on it, but Grand Oaks jersey right in his face, just turned loose on the block. Not recommended against this front. Or Grand Oaks. Looks like number 93, Darian Robinson, a senior, who was the man on the spot. Again, more danger for the Lobo offense here, pinned very, very deep inside their own 1 and 5 at the half-yard line. Rolling out, looking to try and pass. Wants to square up, but can't. Finds a man far side. They're just going to get out of jail there. Wow. Actually, a good job of composure by the young quarterback to find his man, and that was Bannister Shallow Jr., running back that he found there, just to keep it from being a safety. Move the ball out a little bit to create enough room to get a punt off here. So heads up play by quarterback Cabrero, again, just a freshman back there. Taking his lumps and earning his stripes against this quality Grizzly team here tonight. No one back to return for Grand Oaks. Snap punt, bounce a little bit. Not too much though. So Grand Oaks going to start the second half in wonderful field position yet again. See what changes, if any, have been made to the offense since the first half. Looks like we are going to have a change at quarterback. Maybe number 9 here, Tristan Frazier, is going to be the man. He was involved as a ball carrier in the first half. Now he's going to run the offense in the quarterback position in relief of number 7, Jacob Smith Jr. Again, 37-0 on the scoreboard to the Grizzlies. Scored 30 points in the first quarter. They'll run a sweep topside, but nice job of defending by Chavez. Like number 7, Shaquille Anderson, a junior, on that tackle. Again, for all the dominance of Grand Oaks here tonight, Chavez has made a few quality defensive plays. They've been getting people in the backfield for actually a lot of the night, but the issue has been just after that. Second and third levels of the defense, just nobody home once Grand Oaks breaks the point of contact. And another play in the backfield. Bright start from Chavez defense here. That was Clinton Simmons, Jr. on the tackle. That's going to back Grand Oaks up to a third and very long, 16 to be exact, 8:30 and counting on the third quarter clock. A little bit of a challenge here for the Grizzlies to start the second half. And these are the kind of situations that are interesting to watch back on film. See how the team handles it when they get backed up into non-ideal situations like this. Frazier's going to tuck and run. He's got a ton of room, but the turf monster gets him. The only defender he cannot account for. The infamous turf monster. Going to be very close to a first down. Might have gone for a touchdown had he been able to keep his footing there. Yeah, Frazier, involved as a ball carrier a few times in the first half, showed us he's a more than capable open field runner. Frazier comes back out to break the huddle. The twin receivers topside again, quickly to the line as always. Sweep. Looks like he's going to run around the end now. Sticks his foot in the ground, cuts up the middle smartly. Sees his lane, doesn't mess around with it. You always like to see that from a running back. Decisive cut, get up the field, get your positive yards, don't dance too much. He could have very easily tried to dance around the edge there and may have lost yardage because Chavez did have somewhat of an edge seal, it looked like, on that play. Good job by the back. Break the huddle here. I want to say that was number 36, Joel Davidson, Sr. on that carry. That'll be Frazier on the keeper there. Can be right at first down stick. Should be enough to move the chains, or maybe need a measurement. See if they bring the chains out. We'll call it third down. 3rd and 1, but it's going to be more like 3rd and an inch. 6:15 and counting in the third here. And Grand Oaks just looking to come out here and execute cleanly. No sloppiness. Going to sneak ahead here, get the first down by plenty. Good push. Grand Oaks looking to make a name for themselves, get the program on the map here in their second season as an official Class 6A competing school. Off to an undefeated start so far this season. But as we've talked about all night here, the tests are coming in quickly. It's a pitch. It's going to keep rolling there. May go out of bounds. Going to be fumbled out of bounds. Can't fumble the ball forward, however, so they should bring it back. Spotted at 3 at least so far. A little bit fortunate for Grand Oaks to retain possession there. We talked about not being sloppy a second ago, and that was a little bit. kind of stuff they don't want to see right now, which is just kind of not handling that as well as they would have liked. And they will move the ball back now. That's what I thought they should have done, and they do. Spotted right at the 10. Tristan Frazier back out here. Jet motion across on the sweep. Touchdown. They'll take the Grizzlies over 40 points tonight. On that carry with the touchdown, number 15, Elijah Cooper, senior. His first touchdown of the night. Everybody getting in on the act for the Grand Oaks Grizzlies here tonight. 43-0. Grand Oaks on the scoreboard now. Let's see who's kicking here. And it's yet another kicker, number 12, Annie Cottle. Kick is good. 4 kickers involved for Grand Oaks tonight. That's what kind of game this is. That's what it's taken to keep legs fresh here tonight. Hockey lines on kicks. That successful PAT, of course, bumps the score up to 44-0 Grand Oaks now. .5:10 to go in the third. Again, Grand Oaks started tonight with a 30-point outburst in the first quarter. Scored 7 in the second to take the halftime tally to 37-0 and 7 here in the third to bring it up to the 44. In non-district, it's not been particularly challenging on the scoreboard for Grand Oaks. Their closest game in these 5 games so far was the 42-14 win over Kingwood Park.
To kick off the Grizzlies.
Kicking deep. Look for room around left. Has a little bit of space on that far sideline. Had to run a long way to get over there. So number 10, Anthony Alexander, a junior, Chavez on that. Doing a good job finding space. Chavez has not had a ton of success on kick returns here tonight. In fact, that may be the best one that they've come up with so far here this evening. Feels like they've been backed up inside their own red zone for most of the night here when they've started drives. Successfully avoided getting a second safety on the evening on their last possession with a good play by quarterback Cabrero to find a receiver. See if they can make something positive happen here on this drive. Cabrero going to pitch it back. Again, looking for room around the right. Grand Oaks defense up to the challenge, though. It's going to be maybe 2-yard gain, looks like. Bring up 2nd and 8. It's number 10, Anthony Alexander on the carry. Trying to show his speed to get around the corner, but this Grand Oaks defense, quick to the ball, as we saw last week, and we'll see how it all translates in district, but it looks good just watching it in terms of their ability to cover sideline to sideline. And against the spread teams, against any opponent that wants to really get out in space, very valuable skill to have on defense. Really a necessity today with the way people run offense. Timeout on the field. have a 2nd and 8 down and distance, 4:14 remaining in the third quarter. Chavez on the ball here. Trying to create a little success here tonight. Travels hand up the middle. Grand Oaks D stacking that up. Not many problems. Chavez has attempted 1 or 2 passes kind of deeper down the field tonight, over 10 yards, I would say. Understandable with a freshman quarterback. Just unable to establish much at the line of scrimmage tonight against the Grand Oaks defense. And with the way they're wanting to run offense, not much you can do when you're just outmanned up front. Because clearly they want to be able to run the ball and control proceedings on the ground. Just in their alignment. Play action. Looks like he's got his man there. Nice completed pass for Chavez. I think that was the junior Anthony Alexander on the catch. First down for Chavez. Maybe just their 2nd of the evening. 2nd or 3rd. And good for them to put some positive things on film that they can go look at. And they find some space there. That's their most explosive play of the night. And again, he's the one that's looked most likely to make something happen for Chavez if they are going to put points on the board tonight. That's Darian Flowers, senior team captain. Definitely got some athletic ability in his repertoire. Near the 2-minute mark in the third quarter here. Pitch right, barely gets it off. Wow. Who was that in the backfield? That was 93. Darian Robinson for the Grizzlies, who was all over Cabrero. Normally when you run that kind of play, the quarterback can get the pitch off without having defenders draped on him, but excellent play by Robinson to be really disruptive there. Not easy to affect that kind of play. Because again, typically, if you're going to get that blocked well enough to where the quarterback can at least pitch the ball without taking a shot, like he did there. 2nd and 4. Best drive of the ball game for Chavez so far. Half roll right, and a full roll to avoid pressure. Has a man downfield, it is complete. Takes a shot, but holds on to the football. That's Cameron Sanders, Jr. I think the first involvement he's had tonight. And for as much pressure as Cabrero's been under in this game tonight, putting a few positive things on film here, he can look back on his growth opportunities. Confidence boosters. Third quarter is flown by here. 50 seconds. Again, rolls right, has the man again, and that's once again going to be Cameron Sanders. Be another first down for Chavez. Move the sticks. Nearing the red zone for the first time tonight now is Chavez. 23-yard line. 38 seconds to go in the third quarter. And definitely being more aggressive with the pass here, realizing the run game has just been in dire straits for most of the night. Pitch left here, once again to their talisman. He's going to get into space. First down carry. It's Darian Flowers.
Holding on the offense.
But a hold's going to bring it back. unfortunately for Chavez. More of what they needed in the first half, clearly. Not the holding, the good positive plays. Chavez as a program never had an easy time of it in HISD up against the likes of Lamar, especially. Houston Lamar at the 6A level has been the behemoth of the HISD district. Usually the team to beat in HISD is Lamar. Timeout on the field. That's the end of the third quarter, actually. So we'll cut away for a brief second here as we flip into the field for the fourth quarter. 44-0 Grand Oaks. And the teams are flipping ends here at the field to start the fourth quarter. Grand Oaks leading Chavez 44-0 Grizzlies here tonight as they near perfect 5-0 start to their 2021 season. Again, have off week next week before district play starts in earnest against College Park 2 weeks from tonight. Cannot wait. Chavez. Pitch up to the top side. In reverse field here. And he's got space. Flowers again showing his athletic ability. Over the break, I was talking about how, Chavez always in the HISD been up against it just due to the presence mainly of Lamar High School. Being the giant of that district for so long at the highest level. Ever since Jack Yates moved down to classification in the later 90s. They were, of course, the program that everyone was gunning for along with Houston-Madison throughout most of the 90s and early 2000s. It's going to be a touchdown for Chavez, their first of the night, so they get something for their efforts here tonight due to the logos. That was number 3, Cameron Sanders, on that touchdown reception, a junior. Take it to 44-6 on the scoreboard to start the fourth quarter here. Up the middle handoff, but Grand Oaks up to the task, going to shut that down short. So the score will remain 44-6 to Grand Oaks. 11:03 left in the fourth. I'm Jeremy McGrail, and once again, thank you for joining us on tonight's Conroe ISD broadcast here from Woodforest Bank Stadium. Pristine night as the weather's flipped a little bit for us in the last week or so to feel a little bit more fall-like, at least by our southeastern Texas standards, that is. As we move into October, it's really going to feel like football season in a couple of weeks when we get this district competition started. And I can come on the air in a couple of weeks. I'll have the Woodlands versus Willis game. It will be one of my games here in 2 weeks. It'll be a Thursday night kick, I think October 7th. We'll be able to say the road to the state playoffs starts then. It'll be a very exciting time for all of these teams. And this is what these players have been working for all offseason, working for that chance to start district play and earn their way into this Texas high school football state playoffs. That's why these kids play. That chance to get into the most prestigious of competitions that is the Texas high school football state playoffs. Nothing like it anywhere. And I mean anywhere on planet Earth. I've had the great fortune over many years of being a part of many very deep playoff runs and state title appearances. So we had an onside kick from Chavez there. Looked like they might have a chance to get on it, but Grand Oaks preserves the ball. The Grizzly offense gets to come back out onto the field and put more points on the board here. And Tristan Frazier, sophomore, leading the offense once again. It was, of course, junior Jacob Smith, number 7, throughout the first half. He's able to ice the knees here in the second half tonight's homecoming game. Since the Grizzlies were able to start quickly enough in the first half, they've been able to rotate in lots of bodies here tonight, get everyone a chance, get everyone on film, get some reps. Single receiver split up. Going to be a timeout on the field, though.
Timeout, Grand Lakes. First timeout of the half.
And for Grand Oaks, obviously being in just their second year of Class 6A action, the chance at making a run at the state playoffs is obviously huge for this program, huge for what Coach Mike Jackson and his staff were trying to do in building up this Grizzlies program. And they've all got to be fired up to get that journey started and see what they can do when they start those all-important games in a couple weeks' time. Even though the non-district hasn't been very competitive, it's really mainly about the work being done behind the scenes. Play action. Going deep, wide open. That's going to send Grand Oaks over 50 on the night. Deep corner route on that pass. Number 11, Christian Torres, senior, tight end on the reception. I think that's his second or third reception on the night. Take the score to 50-6. Grand Oaks, 10:49 left in the game tonight. That play just opened wide as it possibly could have for the Grizzlies. It was immediately apparent. No one around Torres. As long as the throw was accurate, it was going to be a touchdown. And no mistakes from Frazier. No good on the kick. The score stays 50-6 to Grand Oaks as they move ever closer to that 5-0 record. And they put 5-0 up on the scoreboard as well. Maybe more in it for them tonight, should they choose to keep the pedal down. As I was talking about a moment ago, it's so much of success at any level, especially this level of Class 6A, is about the work that's done behind the scenes. So even though we were talking about the non-district not being particularly competitive or challenging for Grand Oaks on the scoreboard, the mettle of a team, I think, is measured in the work that they do away from these Friday night lights that we're under right now here tonight. It's about the work that they've decided to put in, that they've chosen to do in the off season, the commitment that they've made away from these lights. It's like, who's getting the extra weight reps in when they don't have to, those quote-unquote voluntary sessions. As the coach once put it to me, if you're not working, your opponent is. So if these Grand Oaks Grizzlies have been working the way they should behind the scenes, I think they'll be ready for what awaits them in district play. Leadership, another critically important aspect of the program. Senior leadership is huge. Coaches can only do so much. You have to have leaders on the field and in the locker room to keep everyone accountable. Chavez brings that out. Goes to the 40. A positive return for them. I would argue that senior leadership is one of the most overlooked aspects in building a program, and a good coaching staff will place a very high emphasis on selecting the absolute best men to represent each class each year. So on the field, it just pays such huge dividends because, again, coaches can't be out there on the field when adjustments need to be made, and it comes down to the players. And the communication that they're able to have, the way they interact with each other, just the rapport that they establish on and off the field. All of that matters, especially in high-stakes playoff games. Sweep, gonna cut it up. Not much doing there. Number 10, Anthony Alexander Jr. on that carry. Looked like he was gonna aim for a sweep around the edge there initially. Tried to put his foot in the ground and get up the field, which is a nice characteristic for a running back, if he got the opening. Gains a couple yards for his effort. Again, Chavez keeping things simple for their freshman quarterback, understandable. Not doing a ton alignment-wise. Grand Oaks just eating that up. 57, Relay Adams. Third and 15, 9:30 and counting on the game clock left here in the fourth. 50-6, Grand Oaks all over it tonight. As one might have expected, but you still got to show up and play the game, get the job done on the field, which they have. They started very fast tonight on homecoming night here, Grand Oaks. Twins receiver going to roll out right, man open in the flat. Number 3, Cameron Sanders, the scorer of the only points, the only touchdown of the game so far for Chavez. Sanders makes another grab there. Bring up fourth down, Chavez. See if they go ahead and kick it away here. Looks like punt team's coming out. Looks like they may have thought about it for half a second. I mean, it's really irrelevant at this point whether you kick or go for it, with the score being what it is and the deficit too much to make up at this point in the game. 8:30 and counting left. Good snap. No pressure on that punt from Grand Oaks. Just gonna take the ball. A chance to work with some field here for the Grizzlies. Had such great field position all night. It's a chance for them to back up a little bit and see if they can put together a grinding kind of drive, or maybe they'll just keep scoring in big plays. We may have another change here at quarterback. I think number 6, Jacob Burnett, is in the game now. Had been Tristan Frazier, number 9, a sophomore up until this point. And it is. And around the left side there, 236, Joel Davidson, another senior running back. Yes, confirmed, that is Burnett, senior quarterback in. Grand Oaks doing a good job getting all the bodies, all the players a chance out here tonight to get some reps. This football is just that kind of sport. Over the course of a long season, you need absolutely everyone. Handoff up the middle. Gonna hit it in space. Good explosive run there. Down at the end, first down out to midfield on that carry. Nice job running by Elijah Cooper, another senior. Good to see the upperclassmen getting some love here from the play calls on homecoming. Obviously, an important weekend for all the seniors. One of many that comes up throughout the course of this season and school year for those guys. Best memories they'll have, or at least some of the best memories they'll ever have in terms of their sports playing career. Obviously, for most of the people that take the field, they don't go on to play at the next level in college. These are the stories that will be told one day to grandchildren. Embellished, I'm sure. Like a deep ball, maybe a free play there. Almost picked off. .6:19 on the game clock after that incomplete pass. See if there's a flag. I didn't see Laundrie come down. Didn't see a flag hit the deck. So it may have just been a toss-up for grabs. Looks like that's what it was. So it'll be 3rd and 8. Thought with the way that was thrown, there may have been a flag somewhere in a free play. Quick to the line as ever. Be a useful thing that Grand Oaks has in their quiver for district, the ability to change tempo. I think that's one of the most underutilized aspects of offense, is just managing that tempo. You don't see a lot of teams that are able to really do that well, or even try, honestly, to go from that hurry up to maybe a little bit slower tempo and kind of keep the defense on their toes. I think it's a really good weapon that offenses have to use, should they choose to do so. Looks like Chavez going to put something else positive on film, stop that 4th down. Number 9, Clinton Simmons Jr. on that tackle. Another victory for the Lobo defense there. Stop that. Grizzly defense back on the field. Near the end of this game here tonight. Grand Oaks minutes away from moving to 5-0 on the year. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrail, and I thank you all on the stream for watching our Conroe ISD sports broadcast here tonight. Live from Woodforest Bank Stadium. Another good play in the backfield by the Grand Oaks defense. They've been setting up camp in the Lobo backfield all night. Just consistently able to beat the Chavez offensive line to the spot. Twin receiver set to the near side here for Chavez. Roll right, look where ball has his receiver. And Cabrero doing a better job here in the second half, getting the ball out, making some complete passes. Obviously big for his confidence. be able to look at positive things on film, see that he can do it, and there's room to grow. Obviously had plenty of snaps in his career being a freshman. Cut away briefly here so a player can receive some attention. Again, the tests are rapidly on the way for Grand Oaks as we get to the heart of the matter here with district play beginning in 2 weeks against the defending champions, College Park. Grand Oaks, from the time the school was built, was kind of thought, it's based on where the school is and the kind of neighborhoods that are feeding it, that it'll have a chance to establish itself sooner rather than later as a football program. I just felt like, just given what I know about the areas that are feeding the school and having lived kind of not far from there, that they've got what they need, I think, to at least get off the ground, and they hired a very good coach in Coach Jackson to build their program. So sweep goes around the right side there for Chavez. We get 4th down, however. It'll be interesting to see if this Grand Oaks program can follow the lead of some other new schools that have opened and enjoyed quicker success. I think Bridgeland was a good example. I saw Bridgeland. They were here visiting the Woodlands a couple of weeks ago. Grand Oaks, I think, could do something similar to Bridgeland. And kind of a similar setup out there to what Grand Oaks has in terms of just the kind of neighborhoods that are feeding the school. And another little break in the action on the field, 3:49 on the game clock. As we talk about potential success, it's also something that's okay to happen over the longer term as well. In the Houston area, we've just seen an astonishing level of new schools going up. It's totally changed the landscape of high school football in the Houston area over the last 20 years. There was really, I would say, the seismic shift happened around the year 2000. It's when you saw just a definitive move from the powerhouse programs being in closer to the city and your Aldines and Houston ISDs to really consolidating out in the suburbs in your Cadies and your Galena Park North Shores, the Woodlands, obviously emerging as one of the big-time programs in the area. Huge pressure on the backfield there from Grand Oaks on that 4th down in a reverse possession. Yeah, obviously the growth in the Houston area totally changed things from a high school football perspective. And obviously all the other ways in terms of the way the communities are spread out around the area. But in terms of football, yeah, totally different scene here 20 years later after the suburban explosion than kind of what we saw for a lot of the 80s and 90s when things were dominated by the city programs like your Jackie Yates Lions, Willow Ridge, Aldine, those kind of programs, A-Leaf. Katy and North Shore kind of hit the scene together right about the same time in the mid-90s is when they really started to kind of make their names and stake their claim to being kind of the new kids on the block or the new up-and-coming contenders. And those two have obviously maintained for years and decades since. Two of the true outliers in the Houston area, beyond any doubt. Sweep around the left side there. Close to her first down, maybe 3rd and 2. talk from the perspective of the Grand Oaks brand new program trying to establish their own tradition, write their own story. They're just in chapter 1 here. When you talk about the importance of setting a standard in a program, and when I was growing up out in Katy, the references were Converse Judson and Odessa Permian. Those were the people that we were shooting for and that we were challenged to meet. Breaks into the open field there. Nice run. Looks like it was going to be stopped, but just kept his leg moving. Got into the open field there. Nice run.
37-yard gain on the play, good for a Grizzly first down.
The thing about standards is once you set the standard, it never drops. If anything, it only goes up, and you never hold the standard to what might be currently accomplished in the program. You set the bar where you'd like the program to be. That way, when every new class shows up on campus, they know immediately what's expected of them, where the program's expected to go, and so what you create in that kind of mindset is each new class showing up like, oh, okay, this is where the program wants to be. Maybe we can be the first class to do that. Or maybe we can be the first class to go a couple rounds in the playoffs. And once you hit that mark, it's like, okay, well, the next class comes along. They're like, maybe we can be the first ones to contend in the region. And it kind of just builds from there. But the bottom line is the coaches, in terms of the way they run the program, structure things like the off-season program, you never deviate from those standards. You challenge everyone to meet the bar. You don't lower the bar to what might be going on in the program. It's like, this is where we want to be. Jump up and hit that bar, or get out of the program, basically. Just make it very apparent to any kid that shows up on campus, this is what we expect on and off the field. Victory formation now for Grand Oaks. Classy thing, kneel it out here, not look to rub any more salt in the wound. 50-6, looks like it's going to be our final tonight. Grand Oaks moving to 5-0 on the season. One more snap ought to do it, and will do it. Again, we thank you for joining us tonight on this Conroe ISD Sports broadcast, and please like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media channels: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All of that helps. Can't wait to see everyone back for district play here in a couple of weeks. Obviously, everybody off next week. Take a breather, and then when we come back, welcome to October, welcome to district play, welcome to the run to the state playoffs. Congratulations to the Grand Oaks Grizzlies. We're moving to 5-0 on the season here tonight. Homecoming by a score of 50-6 over the Houston Chavez Lobos. And again, we wish our visitors from Chavez on the southeast side of town a safe trip back home. And thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jeremy McGrail. See you next time.
The moment you waited all game for. Straight from the home of the fearless Grizzlies, please welcome the Grand Oaks High School Grizzly Marching Band. The Grand Oaks High School Marching Band is led by directors Mike Flake, Brian Moran, percussion director Jacob Morales, student teacher Kelly Orlando, and color guard directors Trace Brown and Danny Walker. The band is under the field direction of head drum major Andrew Tran, senior drum majors Emma Butler and Haley Brown, and junior drum major Kylie Burke. The color guard is under the leadership of captains Caitlin Molina, Kaylin Alexander, Sophia Winston, and Zaquavia Young. The Grand Oaks Grizzly Twirler is Emma Matei. This evening, the band will perform their 2021 competitive marching show entitled Prismatic. Sydney Hand. Choir member of the week is Madison Brown. Percussion member of the week is Tahir Haji. The Grizzly Band would like to thank our band booster organization, our wonderful sponsors, and the rock star administration of Grand Oaks High School. Wish us luck tomorrow as we enter the competition arena of Bands of America. How about them Grizzlies?